Boom. And we are live with another episode of the Brownwater Banter podcast. My name is Jared Seymour.
My name is Joey Cates.
That's right. We're coming to you virtual this time because, well, Joey and
We're homeless.
We're homeless again. We've been on the move with the studio, man. It seems like every time we find a home within 3 to 4 months for different reasons each time, we've had to move.
Evicted. Yep.
Yeah, none of them are really bad reasons. It's just shit happens when you sublet a place. And so we found a new place. We're just waiting on the internet to get hooked up and installed. And we can't wait to start bringing you some more face-to-face interviews. But for now, we're going to do what we do here virtual across the internet, which is cool because it gives us a reach. We can get people on the show that might otherwise not be able to come to, the Gulf Coast. And speaking of that, today we have a really cool guest on, Mike from Caddycan. And if you're familiar with our show, I know you've heard Caddycan because we've had them sponsor the Sheep's Head Showdown now for the past 2 years. We've featured their product on our social media before. Great company, great product. Helps you keep your trash in the right spot while you're on the water or doing anything outdoors recreational. But we're going to get more into that here in just a second. First things first, right out of the gate, I hope y'all already know who I'm about to say, man. I really do. Dr. Robbie Williams over at Southern Magnolia Smiles. If you are looking for a great local dentist, please go check them out, man. Hit them up on Facebook or Instagram. They are at Southern Magnolia Smiles, or you can go to the regular website there at southernmagnoliasmiles.com. Book that appointment. Keep that grill looking good. Get those teeth clean, right? Book the appointment. Make the call at 228-215-1202. Moving right along, we have Jesse Hill and his team at Hilltree Marketing. You know it right out of the gate, man. They built our website. It's an award-winning website, and we are super proud of it, man. Go check them out at hilltreemarketing.com if you have any need for a website, photography, cinematography, IT work. They're a one-stop shop, and they're local here on the Gulf Coast. We couldn't be happier to be working with them. Go over to hilltreemarketing.com and see some of the other businesses that they've built websites for. You're going to be, I guarantee you're going to be impressed, and you're going to know some of those brands as well. Or go check out brownwaterbanter.com and see what he did for us.
Yep.
See the Swamp, Gaucher Van Cleve Road. That's our good buddy Rocky, man. He's got Coastal Angler, Mississippi Magazine as well. If you're looking for all your apparel needs, go check them out. Gaucher Van Cleve exit, head south. They're right there on the left. Extra tough boots, all different types of plastic baits, rods, reels, tackle. Shop local, help support Rocky, man. He's a great dude. He was on a couple episodes ago. If you missed that, go check it out with the Fish in the South guys. And grab the Coastal Angler magazine and check out in the back there somewhere. Joey and I's mugs are hanging out with the Brownwater tag, right, Joey?
Yeah, I think they just picked up Alabama Coastal Angler magazine too. So.
I saw that, but I wasn't sure that was exactly him. So yeah, that's killer too. And bringing up the rear here, I'm not gonna say last here, but bringing up the rear, Calvin Taylor, man, you've probably started to see the signs out all over the community. He is running for circuit judge. And we're happy to have him as a part of the show. His law firm has been sponsoring for a while now, and he's an experienced, qualified, and trusted candidate. I'm going to read off a little kind of bio here from it. It says Calvin's practiced law for 30 years and has fought to defend countless members of the public, business owners, and elected officials. He's running for circuit court judge in Jackson, Georgia, and Greene County. So if you're a part of that community, he's your guy, man. The people of the district know him. They trust him. Joey and I have talked to people that are in this world, and they all say great things about him, right, Joey?
Yeah, he likes to fish too, so that's always a plus.
Yeah, he's an outdoor guy. We're gonna have him on the show. He's got some cool stories to tell us. Joey and I have already had the pleasure of hearing some of them. But he currently serves as Jackson County's, wow, I'm gonna butcher this. Oh man, lunacy judge and Ocean Springs City Court judge. I hope that's a legal term that I'm just not aware of, but he's the best man for the job. So on November 8th, that's not too far away. Be sure when you see his name on the ballot to go ahead and give him your vote, man. If you're looking for somebody who's qualified that you can trust. And we're happy to have him as a part of the show. So, Joey, we should mention that flyer now real quick too.
Yeah. One last thing real quick before we get into it. This is for Miss Susan Siggernjack. She's been diagnosed with something it's bad. I don't know what it is, but she's.
Yeah, you do. It's ALS. It's Lou Gehrig's disease. So it's
Okay, hey, that's what it is.
neuromuscular
Yeah,
disease where you go ahead.
yeah, it's hitting her pretty hard. It's going to be hard on the family, of course. So they're having a flyer benefit. We are going to post the GoFundMe page and this flyer on the Brownwater page. So as soon as we get done here, wrap this up, we're going to post it there. If you can help, we don't usually help. I mean, we don't usually ask for help, but I mean, if it's somebody, especially somebody that's close to us, like Joel, we graduated with Joel, and Sheree, their sister went to school with our brothers, so if you can spare some change, definitely be a good cause and help that family out a little bit.
Yep. And for you people on the audio, it's September the 17th, 2022, from 12 to 6 p.m. at the D'Iberville Community Center over on Lamy Bridge Road. They're selling $10 pulled pork sandwiches. They have a silent auction, baked goods, raffle, and more. So it's a great way to raise money for an unfortunate circumstance for that's affecting, like Joey said. Joel's a good buddy of ours, great dude. You never met anybody better than Joel. So if you can help out, please do. If you got any questions, be sure you can hit us up and we can get them answered for you. So
Yep.
we appreciate it. Like Joey said, we don't ask for help a lot on here, but this is one that's hit close to home for us. So let's bring Mike in, man, from Caddycan, and let's start chatting it up. Mike, how's it going, brother?
Good, great. It's beautiful, sunny Florida. Hot, very hot here.
Okay, all right. So you said on East Coast of Florida, is that right?
Yes, we're in Hollywood, Florida.
Okay, so you have to suffer like we do from about what I would say end of April, middle of May, kind of all the way to what, September, November. I mean,
oh yeah, she gets swampy here.
Yeah, we got about
weather.
2 good weeks of weather a year South Mississippi, so I know y'all got to be about the same.
Yeah, but everything's good. The fishing's been pretty good this year. You know, we offshore fish. We like the mahi fish offshore. Got 32 regulator that we like to run, chase mahis. So the fishing's been pretty good.
Hell yeah. So what Caddycan, man? I like we mentioned on the intro rolling through here. If people listen to this show, they've heard that name before because y'all have been gracious enough to sponsor the Sheep's Head Showdown. I'm pretty sure both years, right, Joey?
Yep.
Yeah, they were on both years.
Yeah.
Yep. No, we're glad to sponsor it and to help get that, going. That because anglers where you meet a lot of good people. And you get and you get the network and stuff when you're out there angling. You get to talk, you find jobs, different. It's not just tournaments and stuff, but you get to meet a bunch of great people while you're doing that.
Yes, agreed. I believe that we met y'all at the Biloxi Boat Show. I think it was 2019 because I'm pretty sure it was pre-COVID.
Yep.
And just y'all were gracious from the get. Joey and I were just getting our feet underneath us then with the outdoor stuff that we're doing now, and y'all were quick to throw us a couple caddy cans, man, and showed us the product. And we've Joey and I both use it on both of our boats ever since. But tell people that may be hearing about you for the first time. Let's just start out with what is it, right?
Well, Caddycan is a soft-sided trash can for your boat. I mean, you can use it for different outdoor recreation. Some people use it on in their RVs or ATVs or their four-wheelers or side-by-sides. But when we designed it, what we were having a problem with on our boat was we were always having issues with the trash. I started out with a 25-foot boat, and we were always trying to stick the trash in the hatch, and then when you would open it, the trash would blow out. So and then when I'd get home, all my buddies, you know how they like to run off, leave you with the boat to clean, and leave all the trash behind. So I was like, man, I got to come up with something for you guys. I see how this works.
Right.
But then, when I would be bait fishing and stuff like that, I would always see the trash up on. I'd go around this one island where I'd get my pilchards or my finger mullets and stuff like that. I would see the trash just all over the island, just plastics everywhere. And so, I was like, well, when I started to design this, when I came up with the idea, I was like, man, if I could just figure out something just to hook to the rail and out of everybody's way, where they could just easily slip something inside the can and not have to try to open up hatches and stuff and try to throw trash away. So when I started to come up with it, I said, well, this thing's got to be where it would not only help the angler or the captain on the boat, but also protect the wildlife. You know what I mean? From them eating it and killing them, because they eat it all the time and they just think it's bait. So So when I started to come with a Caddycan, I wanted to make it where it was simple for someone to dispose of their trash, also simple to mount so anybody could use it, and then also make it look like it wasn't a trash can, at the same time. So it looked nifty on the boat. That's how I came up with the design for the Caddycan.
Well, while you was doing that description, I went ahead and stole a photo just for people that are watching the video. Boom, there it is.
There it is.
Joey and I have had this on our boat now for what is that? 3 years now, right?
Yep.
And it's everything you described it to be. I want to point out to people that are looking here, you see that slit on the top. That's the moneymaker, in my opinion, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
That is the thing that keeps you from having to constantly mess with that damn zipper, right? If you don't want to. You just slide whatever it is, can, wrapper, plastic, whatever, boom, straight through the top. And then when you do want to open it for whatever reason, you can. The total top of the lid.
So when we were designing it, I had a guy that was a canvas maker. When we sat down, we talked about what zippers to use. We used the number 10 nylon black YKK zippers, which are the best ones for salt water. So they'll hold the test of time. You know what I mean? Without them locking up on you, and you're not having to spray them all the time, but they'll hold up, in any environment. So that's when we started searching all the products to put this thing together. We also wanted to make it where it would work for whatever angler that bought it, to make it easy for him. When he got home, it's easy to start the trash. You just dump it, and then you just hose out the container on the inside, and you're done, and the trash is done.
Yeah,
you don't have to dig it back out of your hatch, because before we would do the cooler, then I had to dig it out of the cooler. If I did it in the hatch, then I had to dig it out of the hatch. And then so now, and then also I added the float in the bottom. The float was to make sure if it did fall over and go in the ocean, someone could retrieve it, and it won't discard. It won't let none of our trash go into our waterways no more, to keep our waterways nice and clean.
Right. What's the time frame on this? How long has this thing been out?
We've been out. We invented it in 2015. It took a year to design it, to make it work right. And then, of course, the first one we made didn't even work. So we had to go back to the drawing board. But the second and third ones, they started to get, and we just kept redefining it, making it better and better and better. Now she's pretty much bulletproof. She'll work perfect in any environment.
And that's great, because it solves a problem, like you said, on the boat for the people fishing, the captain, but it also helps the environment. I don't know if we've articulated it well enough, but I ripped another photo off of your page. Another good part of it, though, man, is that it has an inner sleeve that can be removed, so it's easier to dump the trash and clean it. So I'll show here on this picture. That is actually a collapsible. It reminds me of a college, when you're in college and you have those collapsible laundry bins. It's exactly what it looks like, and that fits right inside of the outer shell. So the trash actually goes into that part of it. You remove that, dump it out, squirt it out, clean it out, and then you put it back in there
and just let it air dry.
Yeah.
And then if you want to store it, to get it out of the weather, the sun's brutal on our stuff. So it's got a collapsible, and then it also has Velcros under where you can fold, you can strap it down where it will compress to about like 3 inches, where you could store it in a hatch.
Yep.
So if you're moving your boat on the trailer, you know what I mean? You don't have it ain't running, flipping and flopping all over when you're going down the road. You can have it in one of your hatches, and then when you're ready to use it, you just open it up, remove the Velcros, and the thing will pop right up for you, and it's ready to go.
Dude, Joey, I think you do the same thing. We Velcro ours onto the aluminum on the T-top or on the back of your seat, and that sucker can go down the road. It ain't moving.
Yeah.
Just with 2 of the points of contact, and it comes with 4.
Yep. It right there behind the captain's chair. It works perfect. It won't even move. It won't even it won't even when the boat's turning and twisting. And one of the things I did find out when we fished rough water, when you're fishing, rough water is part of fishing. And that's when you really see it shine. When you're trying to throw trash away in rough water and the boat's bucking and doing all that turning, you just want to throw a water bottle out or a beer bottle or a beer can out. You can just slide it right through there, and you can still have one hand on and use one hand to throw your trash away.
Yeah, I got mine mounted underneath my lignin post, and we go to Destin, which is about 3 hours, and it lasted 70 mile an hour both ways on the interstate. So it can hold up. Yeah, it's good to hold up.
Yep.
So what's your background, man? Like, obviously you're an outdoorsman. I can hear you know, fishing and whatnot, but like, what'd you do before this?
Okay, I did electrical work for 25 years, electrician. Worked all in Georgia, all through Florida, and my dad, where I got my fishing background was my dad was a boat captain for 15 years, charter boat captain. So that's where I, you know what I mean, started my love for the water and stuff like that, and fishing, and I got my feet wet.
Nice.
Yep.
To take it from idea though to like even prototype. What talk to me about that? Like, I'm assuming you weren't a material specialist, and when it comes to like the nylon, I hear you talk about the zipper. Like, you learned along the
Yeah.
way, but like, I think people sometimes, even myself, whatever kind of business you may be getting into or product development, it's like, where's that first pivot? What's the first point you went to from I have an idea to how now am I going to make this reality?
Well, what I learned, and the easiest thing I learned, because I did, you know, drawings and schematics and stuff like that, and I went to schooling and stuff like that. So one of the first things I did was I drew it up and on a paper, you know, and one of the things is you know, you draw up and you list each item and what each items are doing, and how long you're making each item. Like, you know, when I did the straps, I wanted to make sure most of our rails went around a 2-inch rail.
Right.
Those straps, I wanted to make sure that you were able to mount it on a 2-inch rail, you know. See, so I made sure my straps were so long and my bottom straps were so long, and then I wanted to make sure that like the top slit, that hey, if they have a girl has a wine bottle, she could slide it through there. Or if I have a big Gatorade bottle, I could slide it through the hole, you know what I mean, with one hand. Where I could, if we're running down if you're running down the water, you could just throw your trash away still, but holding on to the boat and throwing your trash away. And I wanted to make that slit long enough. So I wanted to make it when I started designing it, I had the whole saltwater thing in mind, because that's just where I fished. And I just wanted to make sure that I used every element, that every product that we had available to design this. I wanted to make sure that it was salt water. And if it's going to make it in the salt water, it's going to make it anywhere on the planet. You know what I mean?
Right.
The salt water is just brutal.
It'll
Yeah.
kill everything.
Yeah. It's just brutal.
Now, I don't know how
And,
I don't know how Florida laws are, Alabama laws, but I know in Mississippi it's required to have a
yeah.
closed trash can with a closable lid. So this suffices for that. I mean, it takes the place of it.
Yeah. And you know, a lot of people, they love the product. And I know it just makes it so easy out there on the water, keeping everything tight, keeping the boat looking nice. You know what I mean? I don't got stuff spilling all over the boat no more. I don't have extra cans sitting in, you know, cup holders. You know how we only have so many cup holders out there. So you need to be able to move, you know, take that old drink out there because the sun beats it up, and you'll be able to put it in the Caddycan and get you a new drink. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
because cup holders you only got so many cup holders out there on the boats.
Yep. That's for sure. So after the schematic, where do you go? You go to like a materials guy or something?
So what I did was, the first thing is, you know, you want to get that number, that patent pending number. So that's, I drew it up, made sure, went to a patent lawyer, made sure that it wasn't gonna I was gonna infringe on anybody's ideas. And then, you know, once you got the okay from that, you get the number. Then I took it to once I had that number, then I took it to my buddy, and him and I started. We started with the inside can first, and so we wanted to build it around a 7-gallon can. So that's how we started it, building it with a 7-gallon can, plus putting that float in there and making it where, you know, it was going to wrap, it was going to make it easy, it was going to work perfect, and then it was going to make your day when you got home at the end of the day after boating. I wanted to make it where it was easy to remove that cartridge out of there, and then dump the cartridge, and you just got to hose it out and your day's done. You know what I mean? Because that will cut your cleanup down 30 minutes at the end of the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was one of the fabrics, and building it in our design when I was with my canvas guy, was making it quick at the end of the day. How can we make this as fast as possible, where everybody at the end of the day, we could throw all our stuff in the top, open the zipper, pull it out, dump it, hit it with a hose, and it's done. And just let it air dry. And then what I wanted to do was, I wanted to use fabrics that were going to hold up for beer smell, Coca-Cola smell, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Gatorade
yeah.
bottle drinks, sugar. and that will wash out real easy. That's how I come up with the liner part for the inside cartridge. It's more like a rain jacket kind of thing, so it makes it real easy to clean, and it will clean right out of there.
Yeah.
And then the float, the float, believe it or not, that float acts as does a few things actually. The float gives the can stability. It floats if it was to go overboard, but it also gives it as if you mount it up in the front, it gives it as a little shock. You know what I mean? Because trash has like 2 or 3 pounds. Believe it or not, it's bouncing.
It's gonna beat up again.
Yeah, it's gonna bounce. So that little float that's up in there, it's actually acting as a shock absorber. So that was one of the things when we were coming up with it. I was coming up with the design was to make it where it wasn't pulling real hard on the stitches and stuff. Right. So it's going to ride with the boat. You know what I mean? I wanted to make it when you hooked it to your rail, that it literally rode out with the boat like it was part of the rail system.
Right.
Yeah. So that was my design. That was my thoughts with the foam underneath was those 3 reasons. Yeah. So when I came up with the Caddycan, I figured out, all right, this is going to happen. I need to figure out a reason how to make it where it won't be pulling so hard. And then, because I did electrical work. I used to build high rises. So that was my whole job, was figuring out, solutions and problems, and come across problems. I would just figure it out and get it worked out. So I didn't have to go to the boss and figure it out. So that's basically where I came up with all those ideas. It's just, I learned a lot of stuff working in high rises and stuff like that. And I was able to take that knowledge and bring it over to here.
Yeah. Once you got the prototype, I mean, once you got the final thing rocking and rolling, did y'all start off in like a small store, or were y'all just road warriors, like riding around?
Well, and this is a lesson I learned, and this is a lesson that I learned, and this is why I hope somebody out there that's gonna hear this lesson. If you're coming up with a new idea, use the internet. Don't go to box stores, because I tried to go to box stores in the beginning, and what happened was nobody knew what a Caddycan was, and I'd put it on the shelf, and people would walk right by, and I'd be like, I know you need this. Everybody needs this on their boat, and they would just walk by because nobody knew what a Caddycan was. So if you're starting out with something new, what I learned is use the internet as much as possible and teach people what your idea is doing, because then now once you get it going, now you can take it to the stores. Now they will know what it is, and now they know they need it.
Right.
That was one of the lessons I learned the hard way. I got the cart in front of the horse kind of thing.
I got you.
Yeah.
But y'all do a heavy presence at boat shows. So we all over the place, right?
All over. I'm all up in New York. I'm all over the East Coast, all the way out to you guys. But I mean, Biloxi is one of our favorite shows. That's a great show. It's very well coordinated. It's got a great crowd, and we sell a lot there. We do. We sell a lot of Caddycans there.
Y'all sold a pile for sure.
Pile. We sold 182, I think it was exact.
Wow. Yeah.
And,
that's your
and
bread and butter.
days.
That's your bread and butter. Not only, like you said, not only because it's the people who are out there fishing and on the water, but like you mentioned, you can set your display up and I can walk by and I can see what it is right out of the gate. I don't have to, it's not in a box and I don't know what is this, what's it for. I can see all of its functionality right there, right when I walk past it.
Yeah. And, I found, when my dad was old school. He was like, well, now you got to try to sell this thing, make people buy this trash can. I got to see this. And I was like, look, Dad, people on this earth, man, they love this planet. They're going to want it. They're going to want it to keep it. 99% of the people I'm at shows love this planet. They want to keep it. They want to keep it right, especially in America. We love our country, so we want to keep it right.
Absolutely, right. Especially when you get to go on and fish every day. You don't want.
That's the best, man. That's the best.
Yeah,
there ain't nothing like that. We have the best country in the world, and we like to keep it like that.
Yeah. Well, get into your product line. Tell us what you got, and tell us everything that goes into it, colors, and all that other stuff.
Right now, we have a black and a blue. They were the #1 sellers, and this is how I came up with that. Is I started with 8 colors that I thought were the #1 colors that were out there, and believe it or not, the black outsold all of them, and then the blue sold the best next. So that's how I came up with my colors. A guy, when I was at a show, he came and stepped to me. He says, "Hey guys, you want me to teach you all something?" I said, "I'm always good for knowledge, man. I'll listen to anyone. Man, got to teach me something. I'm ready." And he says, "Limit your colors." And I'm like, "Limit my colors?" And he goes, "Yeah, because I had a company, and when I tried to chase everyone's out there, one person, I was losing money." He says, "Find the 2 or 3 best colors and go with those colors."
That's
And
right.
that's how you're going to be the most successful. I don't know if that will help somebody out there, but I learned it, and I'm going to tell you one of the best decisions I made as doing this business was finding these 2 colors, and they I can't even keep the blacks in stock. Let me put it that way, and the
Yep.
blues are right behind it. So, and I'm like, so when you're out there looking to try to uh, maximize your color, simple is better on that game.
Yeah, because you got black can go with anything, right? I mean, it can fit on any boat color, because
Yep.
boat got all different kind of colors. I mean, you sell like a red or a bright orange or something, it looks cool, and there might be 20% of people that do like it, but then 80% don't, and now you're sitting there on product that ain't moving.
Exactly. Right. That happened to us. We had a red one, a dyed one. When we first started, we had a dyed one and a blue one. And they had one had a hogfish, and it's funny is the red one didn't sell that well. I thought the divers, because we have divers all over the place. I figured, oh, this would be a good one to start with, but no, it didn't respond well. We were able to sell them, but I had to learn. Those are things you learn is get your colors. We found out what matches the boats the most, plus RVs, campers, cars. And what happened was Caddycan now goes to like 13 to 17 different industries. But when we designed it, it was for our boats to keep our boats our boats tight.
That's a good point. So when you say industries, I'm assuming you mean like the boating industry, RVs, like who else is using this thing?
Golf carts.
Yeah.
Work vans, the vans that for work, like utility vans. Let's see, boats, cars, RVs, trucks, the truckers, the campers, like I said, the van guys, the utility guys,
4-wheelers, I'm sure,
Yeah.
ATVs, all that
Side by
stuff.
sides.
side
Yeah.
by sides, the hunters,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And so duck hunters use them because what they do is they take them out there with them. They can fold them up, pack them in their bags. And then when they're shooting their shotgun shells, now they can take their shotgun shells and slide them right in the top of that caddy can and drag. And then it just Velcros or hooks right to there. They can just drag their shotgun shells right out of the woods. So they're not being left behind anymore and that kind of stuff.
So is it you got one size fits all, or you got 2 different sizes, don't you?
Well, now we have 3, and I'll have that for you guys, Biloxi. And I'm working on the 4 because I have a lot of demand for it. Right now, we have a 4-gallon, a 7-gallon, and a 26-gallon. And then the one I'm working on right now is a 17-gallon. It will fit for. So the 4-gallon fits your 18 to 23 foot boat, 1 to 3, and then your 24 to 32 foot boat, your 7-gallon. And then that 17 gallon is going to take that 32 foot boat to 45 foot boat. It will fit perfect. You know what I mean? Because they have a little bit more people on board.
Yeah.
And the 7 gallons right there, it's stuffed, but they need a little bit more room. They've been asking for a little bit bigger, but not as big as the 26 gallon. But I do have the 26 gallons going now too.
That's awesome. That's killer.
And believe it or not, the 26 gallons, they're going off the shelf because I got, like I said, the RV people love the 26 gallon when they're RVing and stuff, so they could take it with them and they have a big trash can for outside. And another thing is we tested it. The raccoons have problems getting in, and so they're not. You know what I mean? You could leave it out there, and not the raccoons ain't gonna mess it all up and get inside them and tear all the trash up.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that test video if you got it. Put that on your social.
I will. My whatchamacallit has it. My marketing guy has it. He said, "Man, you believe the raccoons couldn't get in this thing?" I says, "Really? Those guys get into everything."
Yeah. No, that's some great content, man. But so are you still direct to consumer only?
Right now, we're mostly just Amazon because we're still promoting and stuff like that. you know, when I got with my patent attorney, he said, you know, you got about 7 years. You got to teach everybody about this, and it's going to take about that long. And I'm like, 7 years? Oh my God, 7 years! But it's taken about 7 years, like he said. And I said, yeah. But now, you know, people are searching for it, and they're finding it on Amazon, and it pops right up for them. So it makes it easy to buy, and it's the easiest way to market something. When you have a new idea, go to use the e-commerce, build your brand, and then go to the box stores, because your stuff, until people learn about it and they know what it is and how important it is for their life, it makes a difference. You know what I mean? Then and your stuff will start to evolve faster that way.
Yeah. What do you like the Amazon? Is that a bit? I'm assuming that's a big share of where you sell. Then is Amazon. Do you like that? Because because they have that barrier there with your customer, right? You don't get your customer information through Amazon.
No, it's a double-edged sword. It is
trade-off.
It is a double-edged sword, but you know, I'm not able to make it to Oregon and Wisconsin right now, and Indiana, where, you know, and Ohio and all the way out to Washington, where they buy it. You know what I mean? And it gets it to them.
Gotcha.
It's a double-edged sword on that aspect. But your
repeat customers, I'm sure, will follow you on socials, and people that really believe in the product, and you can catch them that way too. So you know, there's ways around that, but yeah.
So, you know, the thing is when like my dad's, you know, back old school, he's like, now you got to convince someone to buy that. I said, well, the trash is a pain in the butt on the water. You see what I'm dealing with, trying to keep the boat clean, and I'm out there working all day. So now the Caddycan does it for me. And so they'll come. So now when I'm starting to get repeat customers, people that bought it 3-4 years ago, you know, and I've improved it over the years. I've gotten better zippers. I gotten, you know, just made it super strong now, and made it where it will last. And it's, you know, I try to make it where it's unbreakable now. And so now I'm starting to get the repeat customers, you know, 3-4 years. The can will last 2 years completely out in the sun. It will last the product will last completely out in the sun 2 years. Yeah. If you put them away, they'll last 5 years.
Well, I'm on 3 with mine, and it's raw. And I don't put a lot of use to it as far as like beating it up and you know, whatever. But I have no complaints with it. You're right. Prior to Caddycan, it was like you said, throw it in a hatch, throw it in one of your live wells that you're not using. Then you got to clean that out at the end of the day, squirt it out, fish for the cans. That was a pain in the behind.
Or you forget about it and it smells like death the next morning when you open it up.
Well, Joe, that's funny that you said that, because let me tell you how this actually. So I used to have my boat on the side of the house and stuff, and you know, I used to keep it sparkling, waxed up and everything, and so one day I go by the boat, and I got all these flies buzzing around one of my hatches. Well, what happened was, when we were mahi fishing, someone threw a sandwich in one of my front hatches that I never go in, so there shouldn't be anything in there. It has my life preservers in there, so no one ever goes in there, and there was a sandwich there. Now it's been in there for like a week and a half. So it's all funked up. It's funky as ever. And now I got flies buzzing around. I open it up, and it is the most off, you know, it was a whatever kind of sandwich it was, but that's where I started saying, man, I got to figure out a way to get you guys to find something that will break those habits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Break that. That's kind of how it really got going, when I really started pressing. And then, you know, once I started designing it, I wanted to make sure I didn't copy anybody, or I didn't, you know, infringe on anyone's stuff. So, but what happened was, I went to Bass Pro, there wasn't one there. I went to West Marine, there wasn't one there. Went online, there wasn't one there.
Yeah.
So that's when I stepped to my lawyer and I said, hey, I need. Most people, you know, they're like, trash can for a boat. I never heard no such thing. I know, because nobody's done it.
Ain't out there.
Yeah. Before that, it was a 5-gallon bucket, and then the wind can sometimes scoop it out, you know, shoot it out the back of the boat, or when you're going down the road or whatever, or you knock it over.
Yep, knock it over, and you know how hard it is getting beer stain out of a gel coat, man. You know what I mean? Or Gatorade bottle, red Gatorade out of your gel coat if it spills over and dumps into the or chum or ballyhoo blood or ballyhoo guts and stuff off the deck at the end of the day. That is the worst.
Yeah.
That's the worst, trying to get that stuff off in there. You're spending an extra 45 minutes an hour trying to get that you know what I mean? But with the Caddycan, hit it with the sprayer at the end of the day, and that's it. Nothing.
Yep.
And it keeps all the liquids confined. It keeps everything sealed up for you, and then it makes it just super easy at the end of the day to get rid of the contents.
So Joey asked you about the product line, but you went through the different sizes that you have, right? Different sizes. Is there, you have other products that are rolling out now too? If I remember it.
No, we're just working on the caddy cans, and then, like I said, building that other model. I got a lot of requests for that size because the boat builders are building those style of boats. A lot more. While all of us are trying to get bigger boats, we all want the 2 foot, 4 foot. I got the 4 foot itis. I need a bigger boat now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You always want a bigger, but you want more platform on you when you're out on the water and stuff. But so I need to. I'm focusing on trying to get that next that 17 gallons for the guys, because I get a lot of requests for that size.
Sweet. Where's the next place we can find you, man? I know y'all just got done with the Miami Boat Show. Where y'all headed to next?
We got one show down in Key West, Lobster Fest. It's a 1-dayer. We do 12 hours out there. It's hard work, but we do very well there. We went to Hemingway Fest a couple weeks ago, 1-dayer. We did 42 cans there. Our next big boat show will be in Newport, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. We go to Norwalk, and then we go to North Carolina to the Seafood Fest there. And then after that, we go up to Maryland to the Annapolis Boat Show. Then we will come back to Wilmington to a Oyster Fest. And then from there, we will go to a Fort Lauderdale Boat Show, which is a great show. Big show. It's right here in our backyard. And then we have Fort Myers Boat Show. Sweet. And that'll pretty much finish us off to the near. We're looking forward to coming back out to y'all's neck of the woods.
Yeah, man, it was a good time.
Yeah, it's great.
What's it like running this business now, man? I mean, it sounds to me like you don't need a boat anymore, number one.
Oh,
right?
I do this so I can fish. I love this because I want to fish, man. I love fishing. I love being on the water. I work 8 months on it, and then I'll work with of course, business before pleasure. But I tried to fish from May all the way till the beginning of September.
Okay, so this is your full-time gig, and then what I'm hearing too is like that's a lot of travel involed, right? Like you're hitting up all these big shows, right?
Yep, a lot of travel. And you meet great people out in this industry, and you just meet all kinds of wonderful contacts and stuff like that. You meet great guys out there that are they're putting their time in for their business so they can fish and live their dreams. You know what I mean? And that's our America, man. I love it.
Yeah. What's your team look like? Is it just you, or what's your team look like?
Okay, it's me, wife, the boss lady, and then my brother and I. We hit the road traveling, and then we have a secretary who helps us in the back in case we get on the road and we run out of products. He can ship it to us so we can ship it so we can stay out on the road.
Wife's always the boss, same way ours is.
You know it. As much as we've tried to fight it, but hey, we all know how that works.
You're right.
Yep, that's for sure.
I want to the system, but
just be smart about it. That's it. Don't just understand that that's the way the world works. So.
Yeah.
I want to shout out the people in the comments, man. We had Peyton chime in today. Matt, what's up, man? Good to see you in the comments.
Peyton's offshore right now. It looks like.
He says he's watching from Thunder Horse.
Yeah, he's on a rig right now in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. So that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Hey, Peyton, take a photo if you're still on the stream, man. Take a photo out there and tag us in it, man. We'd love to see that. And Jerry, Quentin, and Mr. Richard, man, thank y'all for chiming in on the live stream. We always love the comments. Mike, dude, where are you most active on the interwebs if people want to check more out about the product? The Facebook page I know has got a lot of killer photos. If there's any questions about what we talked about today, they can see it there.
Instagram or Facebook, all the content's on there for you. You can and you can read about it. It has great review. I mean, great content, so you can understand more about the product. Amazon's the best place to buy it. Just go to Amazon, link up Amazon, go Caddycan, they'll pop right up for you. And that's, try to make it as easy as possible for people to get them.
Yeah, or just wait till the boat show next year, Biloxi Boat Show, and come grab one yourself. And
yep, come on down to the Biloxi Boat Show. We'll definitely be there. It's a great show. We have a lot of fun there.
Yeah,
Sweet,
yeah, that was good stuff, man. Mike, hey, thanks for being cool since day one, man. That means a lot to us as a small company as well, always being down and support what we're doing. We believe in the product. Joey and I pride ourselves on when it comes to sponsors, man, we won't just take anything. If we didn't like the product, we wouldn't really, be hitting you up for any more of it. We use it, we stand by it and have had no problems with it. So it means a lot to us to be able to have people like that support us. That we
appreciate it. We thank you guys very much. And like I said, let me get that link to help out your friend there.
Yeah.
We love doing stuff like that. It's in our hearts to do stuff like that to everybody. You know what I mean? We need to look out for each other here in America.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And if you run across anybody at any of those boat shows, any products or anything, send them our way because we love to talk to them. I know you meet a lot of people, man. Just tell them, look us up on Facebook, same way, Instagram, whatever. We're out there, and we'd love to have them on virtual just like this.
And I have somebody for you too. I'll introduce him. He should be out at Biloxi this year, so I'm gonna bring him to you guys. You guys work your thing between you guys. You know what I mean? And he's a good guy. So he's got some he's got some cool products too for fishing and stuff. So I'll let you guys work, on that.
And you could possibly win one at the Sheepshead Showdown. So
that's correct.
We're sponsoring again this year. So
correct. It's gonna be in October.
Okay, well, yep. And so, like I said, let me get that, and we'll get it out to you guys, so you guys can share it. You know what I mean? We appreciate you guys sharing it to everyone.
Absolutely, right, man. Look, hey, thank you for your time this evening.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, no, thank you guys.
All right, man. You have a good one.
You too. Thanks, you guys have a great week. All right, later, guys.
Later on. Bye. Yep, that was a good one, Joe. I knew that was going to be smooth. Who are we doing another one? Are we shooting for not Thursday, huh? Yay or nay? I don't remember. To do another episode. Yeah.
No.
Let the people know.
What you mean?
I didn't know if we were going to shoot for one Thursday because I was going to say
we can try. Yeah, we can try to get a virtual one in, but we need to flash that flyer back up for me if anybody's still watching. I know there's
for Joel's.
Yeah. There it is right there. We're going to post this on the Brownwater page, and then there's a GoFundMe link, and we'll post that on the Brownwater page too. So anything y'all can do.
If you got the link, Joe, you can throw it in the comment section underneath this video too. So check that out, people that are watching it. Give us a minute to get it down there, but you can click on there as well. So that's a great, unfortunate situation, but a great cause to raise money for. So thank y'all for watching on live stream and tuning in, people on the audio side of things. And we're going to have a few more virtual ones like we're doing before we get the new studio up and rolling. So these are cool in their own way. We'd much prefer have everybody in the studio. But like we said, it gives us a bigger reach. So we're sending out emails to all kind of people that otherwise wouldn't come to Biloxi, right?
If you know any local celebrities or not local celebrities, send them our way. Or just regular people. We don't really care if they're celebrities, not if it's cool people.
Celebrities in this world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. All right,
school's starting for most. Yeah, school's starting for most. So buckle up.
There we go. Later.
Later.